John Clavell, or Gentleman Johnny as he was known, was one of the original members of the infamous Black Widow Company under Natasha Kerensky. He was later put in command of the Black Widow Battalion after Kerensky returned to the clans. Early Dragoon career. He often referred to Kerensky as the Lady, and originally piloting a rifleman and commanding his own recon lance. He was transferred to her company after killing a fellow officer in a duel which nearly got him executed by Jamie Wolf. John is a very capable commander and a brilliant tactician, but his slight recklessness has led him to take unnecessary risks at times. A prime example of this is that even though his lance's original role was intended to be strictly reconnaissance, he treated it more as a fast attack lance. Sometime between 3025 and 3028, John lost his riflemen and began to use a Firefly, which was much better suited to leading a recon lance due to its speed. Post-Fourth Succession War. After the Fourth Succession War, the Black Widow Company expanded to a battalion and became the first Dragoon command to return to active service. John was promoted to captain and given command of the first battle mech company, the Wolf Spiders. They would see action in Kajari in 3032 and elsewhere. The Black Widow Battalion was further expanded to a cluster for training new recruits in anti-clan warfare. Note that they did not use the cluster designation at the time, as the Innisphere was still unaware of the clan threat. During the War of 3039, the unit saw combat against Marok incursion on Hall. When Natasha Kerensky answered the call to return to clan space, command of the Black Widow Battalion fell to Jamie Wolf's son, Mackenzie Wolf. At this time, the unit was renamed the Wolf Spider Battalion. When Mackenzie was promoted to second command of the Dragoons, John was put in command and promoted to Major. Dragoon Civil War. Clavell was wounded prior to the Dragoon Civil War, so command of the Wolf Spiders fell to Captain Maiev, who would ultimately become Jamie Wolf's second command. Following this, John would resume command of the Wolf Spiders. Jihad. It is confirmed that Clavell was still in command of the battalion at the start of the Jihad and fought during the second Blackest attack on Outreach. It is strongly implied, though not explicitly stated, that he was killed when the Broadsword Legion betrayed the Dragoons and destroyed most of the Wolf Spider Battalion. Notes. It is indicated Clavell was piloting the clan Omnimech after the unit was performed and up to his death, but the precise machine has not been identified. And having appeared in Tales of the Black Widow Company, the first sourcebook of the franchise, Clavell was, in effect, one of the longest active characters in the Battletech universe. This next part's from the Tales of the Black Widow Company sourcebook, 1605 from Battletech from FASA, about Gentleman Johnny. Gentleman Johnny Clavell was transferred to the Black Widows after killing a brother officer in a duel. Clavell is a born fighter, brilliant tactician, and a natural leader, qualities that Wolf was reluctant to lose by executing him. The Black Widows gave the colonel a means of saving Clavell for battle. While commanding Kerensky's recon lance, Clavell has fought with distinction, but he has also been reprimanded for taking unnecessary risks. Gentleman Johnny often treats his lance more of a fast strike force than a recon lance. He's often been lucky enough and capable enough to avoid disaster so far. And welcome back, Mech Warriors. This is Old Bob 10025 with John Clavell, or Gentleman Johnny, from the Black Widow Battalion. Now, this was one of the hardest ones I had to do yet, and I'll go explain to you in just a little bit about why. But it was even harder than actually running the Shadowhawk one for, I think, Lori, basically. And the reason is, I'll show you real quick here. I had to drop a ton of armor on this thing in order to make it work according to lore. Now, when you do, obviously, like when you go and buy these mechs in the store, they have the armor reduced, and then obviously everyone just puts puts an XL like engine in there or a bigger standard engine, mess around with the weaponry and everything. But this is a lore build, so I can't really do much to it, except for make it to as close as possible as what I can to lore of what Johnny Clavell would use of the 3N of the Rifleman 3N. So I had to drop like the legs down to 24, 30 for the right torso. Like, I got these numbers from the lore builds, and it was extremely hard. I played I think 10 games with this, and the best game I got was I think like 250 points, and I think the team carried me a little bit more than I actually did more damage, but like you'll see like in the footage. But I have to admit though, it was extremely hard with this build. Since I can't use like Indo Steel, can't use double, can't use ferrofibrous, can't use any of that kind of stuff. for 3025 technology. Of course, the Black Widows or the Wolf Dragoons had a lot more clan technology per se, or Star League tech, but there's no notes about it, like what they use and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm just gonna do 3025 builds. Now for Johnny in 3025 to 3028, he actually lost his rifleman and then switched to a Firefly. Now I don't have a Firefly mech for that, so basically I can't really actually do anything about that. But I mean, all in all though, it was an extremely hard build. So let me get the modules here. Well, actually, let me get the weapons. Now it only has a 38 firepower, which is not too bad, but the one problem I had with it was the AC5 ammo. I had 1 ton of ammo, and that went just by quick. And the major thing about this, which was really hard, was the heat management of 0.82. Now, if you ever played a mech on any type of hot map, 0.82 sucks donkey shit. Let me tell you. I mean, it was horrible. Speed was 69.7, which wasn't too bad. But I only had like 10 heat sinks, because they had a standard heat sinks. They're not going to be double heat sinks or 1.4 management. But man, half the armor, literally almost half the heat management I normally run with. I run with maybe about 1.3, 1.2 minimum, but 1.3 is like 1.3, 1.4 is where I like to keep my heat management. But 0.8 sucked immensely, as you see inside the footage. But you know, the speed wasn't too bad. The standard 240, that was harsh too, because normally with like XL like engine, you just pop this up there and go and do it. But it was extremely hard. It was bad. Okay, let me go to slots here. Basically, like the only ones I really had was a cooldown for that, and that was a medium range, because the one the range for medium lasers, obviously you get an extra, you know, 10%, and the cooldown of 12%, which adds on to the cooldown for the AC5s of so it'll be 25, it'll be an extra 12%, so we what, 37, it'll be 37%, which is not too bad. That actually helped out a little bit. But what I should have done was, because I used the large lasers a lot more, this is just hindsight, like afterwards, change out the cooldown for that, because I only had 30 rounds, so it wasn't too exciting. But put a range module on my large lasers. That way I could fire them chain fire those, and then go and do the damage. Sorry for my voice, I just drank some hot cocoa. So, but and then obviously radar derp I had on there too, and then the 2 consumables, which will be like let's see here, improve arty strike or air strike, and then improve like UAV. I always use those. And then it was just, the heat management was crazy. It was just absolutely crazy. But let me go save this here. So then I went with the weapon groups of 1, 2, and 3. 1 obviously be the 2 AC5s, 2 be large lasers, and my third button for the medium lasers, because I didn't want to overheat too much, so I kind of kept those away separate. That was my main thing about that. Then obviously camo spec was the Wolf Dragoons symbol. You know, overall I paid 500 like MC4. It wasn't too bad. I don't use it as much as I used to, because now my mechs I always put old Bob on it, either on a back here for the rifleman, or like right here and right here, like old and then Bob. That's what I usually do now. So, but I mean, pretty cool. Wolf Dragoons, like symbol, awesome, great unit and everything else. Let's go load out back in. But yeah, like I said, 0.82 for the heat management really sucks shit. The speed was halfway decent. The firepower 38 was not too bad, and the heat management was just incredibly bad. But it does have some really good quirks. The velocity definitely did help on the AC5. When you actually modify this thing, the velocity is going to help you plus 40%. That's incredibly cool. That's great. And then the cooldown was about 37% with a module. So, I mean, overall though, if you knock these out to medium lasers and just have 6 medium lasers, and then have your 2 AC5s with a bunch of ammo and then an XL like engine, you'd be a great little sniper mech with AC5 rounds. So just kind of like FYI, in case you actually do modify this mech, it's not a bad mech. The Rifleman's, it's not a bad mech. Man, my voice is all crappy. Jesus. Excuse me, man. But it's not a bad mech at all. It's halfway decent. I'll probably give it about maybe, I don't know, about 7.5 to maybe 8, a low 8 type thing. Because if you modify this thing, it's crazy cool. But anyways, I couldn't do the Firefly because obviously they don't have Fireflies like in the game. That's when Johnny Clavell actually got a Firefly. But let's go through the footage, and then you to go and decide if you want to go and purchase this or not. but it's not too bad. It's not too good. It's not a meta mech easy button, but it's still there. So you guys have a good night, and I'll see you on the battlefield.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
This is Command. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Artillery strike online. Target acquired. Artillery strike activated. New target acquired.
Copy.
Cyclops is down here. He pulled up.
New target acquired.
Cyclops is left torso.
New target acquired. Autocannon at 25%. Heat level critical.
Watch out, they're sniping down from the portholes up top.
Autocannon ammo depleted. Target acquired.
Whoever's doing the narking,
Heat
great
level
job.
critical. Left torso critical damage. Heat level critical.
25% of the enemies are eliminated.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Legs in hotel. Or
We're
rear chest.
experiencing some losses. Don't get sloppy out there. The enemies are half depleted. Keep pushing.
Target acquired. Right torso critical damage. Left arm critical damage. Right torso destroyed. Right arm destroyed. Medium laser destroyed. Large laser destroyed. Autocannon destroyed. Medium laser destroyed. Left torso destroyed. Left arm destroyed. Large laser destroyed. Autocannon destroyed. Center torso critical damage.
Alright, Cheetah, watch out.
We've lost half our force. We can't lose any more soldiers.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Almost got them all. Clean
Center
up the
torso
survivors.
critical damage. Target acquired. New target acquired.
We're taking critical losses. We need you to pull through.
Left critical damage. Heatsink destroyed. Center torso critical damage. Warning, incoming missile. Right arm critical damage. Heatsink destroyed. Warning, incoming missile. New target. Target acquired.
If you put him in the back, he'll die.
New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired.
He's a stick.
He's weaponless. He's all yours.
Just get around behind him.
Target destroyed.
Command to ground forces. We're detecting
Good job.
no more hostiles. Good job, soldiers.
Target acquired.